Hello, my name is Christophe Dujaric, and I'm the Chief Product Officer at Blackfire.io. In this video, I will give you a high-level overview of what Blackfire is and how it can help developers build faster applications for your business. 3 seconds. After that, your customer is gone. Forever. If your web apps are not fast enough, you will lose both customers and revenue. That's why performance optimization is key to success. So the question is, how do you make sure that the new version of your app will not be slower than the existing one? You can't, because developers today do not have the right tools. Blackfire was originally created by Sensu Labs, the creator of the Symfony PHP framework. We've been developing web applications for many years now, and there's one thing we know. Solving issues in production costs a lot more than solving them in development. It takes more time to have a fix, it impacts all of your team's workflow, and of course, it directly impacts your customers and users, and therefore, your business. Blackfire empowers you to continuously verify and improve your app's performance. From development to production, make sure that no performance flaw will impact your users, and find the bottleneck quickly if ever it happens. Blackfire helps to improve application performance at each step of its life cycle. Before, performance was overlooked or firefought after a release. We believe that web applications' performance should be managed before problems happen. Blackfire can be used by all developers during development to debug, improve, and validate their code evolutions. It can be used on staging environments by QA teams, in continuous integration processes, or as part of the agile validation and definition of done. And it can be used on production to gain deep understanding of issues. Blackfire's core technology is a profiler. If you ever use tools such as xHprof or xdebug, this probably rings a bell. We designed our own proprietary profiler for many reasons, including the fact that we wanted to have the utmost measurement accuracy and reliability, plus the possibility to safely use Blackfire even on production servers. That also enables to reproduce measurements on a given piece of code in equivalent server loads and machine sizes, which means that you can compare profiles with confidence and also start to write performance tests. And as any testing tool, you can expect Blackfire to offer very flexible ways to automate testing in any environment. Performance recommendations are the icing on the cake, where Blackfire will check your code against best practices in performance management. APM can stand for Application Performance Management. This acronym applies to a lot of different solutions. The difference between some of them, like Fastly and Blackfire, is sometimes obvious. And sometimes we get the question of how we differentiate from some others, like New Relic. New Relic essentially monitors real user interactions with a website. It collects data for each request, like the time it takes PHP to generate the response, SQL queries, HTTP calls, but also some information about browser-side rendering. Blackfire does not monitor web application. Its core technology is rooted in the profiler world. Blackfire never instruments real user requests. Instead, authorized users are responsible for triggering Blackfire manually when a performance issue is detected. Blackfire can also be run automatically on a predefined schedule or in response to specific events, like when a new version is deployed to production. You can't optimize what you can't measure, that's pretty obvious. But the reality is that very few developers have the tools to measure their code's performance. Blackfire makes it easy to measure, understand, compare, and improve your code's performance. You're able to understand exactly how your code behaves, how it consumes resources across wall time, which is the total PHP execution time, I/O time, which is the time PHP is waiting for some input or output, CPU time, which is the time CPU is actually executing some code, where I/O time plus CPU time will give you the wall time, memory, network calls, HTTP requests, and SQL queries. You can browse through those dimensions via two types of visualizations: call graphs and timelines. The first one is making it very intuitive to dig through the caller and callee relationship, whereas the second one helps to understand when in time a specific call or metric intervened. Those two visualizations are very complementary. As we've seen, there's a lot of performance management solutions out on the market. We believe that as long as your code's performance isn't good enough, this should be your focus. And the most efficient way to ensure it will be via testing. Blackfire tests use a rich expression language that allows developers to express any kind of assertion. Tests can be used for defining a project's performance reference, testing code's behavior, ensuring that there are no performance regressions. Tests are based on metrics like the consumption or number of calls to a specific set of functions. Developers can use Blackfire's built-in metrics for a wide variety of supported libraries or frameworks, such as Symfony, Laravel, Magento, Drupal, Easy Platform, Typo3, or WordPress. And they can also create their own metrics based on their code and their business logic. Writing tests is a great start to focus faster, earlier on unwanted or unexpected code behavior. Now, of course, testing should be automated as much as possible so that developers can focus on higher value-add activities. Blackfire actually enables you to automate testing in any environment, from development to production. Thanks to Blackfire's very flexible configuration, developers are able to run tests no matter which current infrastructure, tooling, or workflows they may have. Builds can be run via native integrations such as SensorCloud, Platform.sh, Logmatic.io, New Relic, and Quanta Monitoring. It can also be run via our webhook, PHP unit integration, and our PHP SDK. So if you're using Jenkins or Travis CI, you'll be able to add Blackfire tests to your continuous integration workflows. As soon as a build report is available, the team can be notified if something went wrong, right where they need. We support a wide variety of integrations, for instance with chats such as Slack, HipChat, or Microsoft Teams. If you're able to deploy any new code commits, Blackfire can also give you test results at the commit status level in GitHub, Bitbucket, or GitLab. And it is also possible to feedback results in Quanta, Logmatic, or any other tool via our webhook. Of course, performance management expertise cannot be gained overnight. Writing relevant and efficient performance tests may require some learning and the support of some experts. This is exactly why we built the performance recommendations. Performance recommendations are default performance tests built in Blackfire. They are run on your code anytime you profile your application. They are fully documented to help developers understand why such best practices, how to fix the issue, and include links to external resources as extra learning material. Plus, the code snippets at the end of the doc makes it easy to copy-paste the test in your own .blackfire.yaml file and create your first non-regression test as soon as you fixed the issue. With no configuration needed, Blackfire will detect the framework you are using. Recommendations will be shown both according to your framework and to the environment on which the code is deployed, like production versus development. All of those recommendations have carefully been crafted by our PHP experts, and in collaboration with experts on each framework. Best is always that developers try Blackfire on their own. They can all create a free Hack Edition account and try the Premium Edition for free for 15 days, no credit card required. If you're interested in Blackfire Enterprise, please make sure to watch our video presenting the Blackfire Success Plan, which is part of any enterprise subscription. If you'd like to watch Blackfire in action, check our Blackfire Enterprise demo video. Thanks for watching, have a great day!